Contracts are frequently used to set the legal terms of a business relationship, whether between two companies or a company and an employee. In contract drafting, small errors can lead to big problems down the road. Los Angeles business lawyers can help you review contracts before signing them or submitting them to others. People who aren't familiar with the legal language can easily end up making mistakes in their contracts without specialized help from an expert. Hiring one to check contracts is an excellent way to protect your company from losses and potential litigation. The pitfalls of contract mistakes. Contracts are essential for business transactions, hiring employees, and more. However, they also involve complex legal terminology. So, it is important to be clear when creating contracts and make sure you know exactly what you are saying. Contract drafting is a complex process that requires input from business lawyers who know what to look for and how to express things in solid legal terms. It's important to remember that there is no one-size-fits-all contract. Every situation is different, and generic contract templates don't address the nuances and complexities of your unique business. For example, if you use a contract template you find online or in a book, you could end up including a clause that you didn't mean to include, totally changing the terms of your legal relationship with the other party. A civil law attorney in Los Angeles can read over your contract and make sure that it is clear and effective. 5 business contract mistakes to avoid with the help of experienced corporate law attorneys. Legal contracts are a big part of the business world. They help companies, employees, and other business entities establish clear expectations for their working relationships. Legal contracts also provide the parties involved with the option of seeking legal action if things go wrong. Unclear contracts can also lead to business disputes. If you wrote one thing but meant another, or if the other party misunderstands your intent, the two of you may end up litigating your disputes. A business law attorney who deals with contracts frequently can help you avoid these pitfalls and enjoy straightforward, positive business relationships. They can even provide dispute resolution if you get into a disagreement. Using ready-made contract forms found on the internet. When you look online for advice on creating contracts, there are plenty of suggestions and contract forms available, and some are even free. They can seem like a good way to save money at first, and small business owners need to make cost-effective decisions whenever possible. However, ready-made contract forms are generic, and they don't account for all the unique features of your business. They may not be up to date with the latest in labor law, and they may not comply with the laws that apply to the Los Angeles area. There are many possible issues that can arise if you use a generic contract. Seeking legal advice once the contract has been signed. Signing a contract isn't something to be done lightly. Contracts are legally binding and set the terms of your interactions with a person or business entity. That's why it's so important to have corporate lawyers check contracts and documents before you sign them. If you have already signed the contract, it is already in effect. Your business attorney can let you know if there are any unfair or disadvantageous clauses in the contract, but that will not automatically negate it. Instead, you'll need to start a legal dispute or propose a change to the contract that both parties agree upon. For example, some of our clients sign a business contract, then wonder about the legal ramifications and consult with our business law firm. It's much simpler and faster to obtain legal services before you sign the contract. Failing to constitute specific and clear termination policy. When you set the terms of your contract, you'll also want to explain the terms under which you will end your working relationship. Creating a specific termination policy reduces your chances of dealing with civil litigation. Employment contracts can be just as complex as others, and they need attention from business attorneys just like any other type of contract. You can let employees know that if they have unexplained absences from work or are consistently late, you will terminate your employee-employer relationship. Signing a contract without having your attorney check the clauses. Contracts are complex, and they often contain legal language that the average person isn't familiar with. This is why, before signing a contract, it's good practice to have a corporate attorney read all the clauses involved. That way, you'll know exactly what to expect from your working relationship. Reviewing your contract can alert you to potential problems. Your attorney can also explain the contents in detail. Whether you work in the entertainment industry or in something more traditional like medicine, it's important to do your due diligence. Lacking clarity in the definition of clause when drafting a contract, clarity of language is essential. If you are not specific enough or don't put limits on your contract, it can easily be misinterpreted. For example, if you use ambiguous language in a contract, the other party can interpret it in their favor. Small businesses need to protect themselves by hiring an expert to handle their legal matters.